What's up, everybody? It's your favorite gal pal, Scarlett Cyanide, and welcome back to another episode of Scarlett Cyanide Sit and Sip. Today we have an awesome, amazing, very special guest and one of my bestest friends, Andy.
Hi! My name is Andy Horhall. I am a drag king here in St. Louis, Missouri, and I am so happy to meet you all.
We should educate the people about you.
Yeah.
Because you and I... It feels like many, many moons and eons and eons ago, we were, local drag queen and drag king here in the St. Louis drag scene.
Running the Gray Fox Pub every Monday and Tuesday.
Ooh, that is really, we each had a weekly show, at one of the local drag bars here, the Gray Fox. And you were every Monday and my show was every Tuesday.
Yes.
And now, before we get into this week's episode, though, besides for the reminiscing, which is beautiful and I love it, you have I'm a has-been. I don't get up in the geesh anymore and really perform with amongst the children, but you do.
I do,
and you've been up to some amazing stuff lately. Speaking of season 17. You have recently done shows with two of the very, very famous folks from season 17.
So, I have performed now with both Lexi Love and with Suzie Toot, which they were a month apart and back to back. So that was a little drama. But, and then next month we also have Anya Nurve at the same bar. I'm very excited to perform with her as well. It's going to be a great time. Yeah.
Any fun little, YouTube exclusive, fun little facts you want to share about either one of your encounters with Suzie Toot? Ooh, I'm being so dramatic for Lexi Love. Give me the tea.
Give me the tea. Suzie was first. She was about a month ago. It was a lot of fun with her. She was very, very professional, and she did this cute mix that had the Dochi song and loved what she did. She was super profesh, but she kind of just went home, did the gig, But you're on tour. I get it.
Yeah.
Lexi, though, girl, it was day 2 of tour. She was ready to party.
She was still feeling energized.
God. Yeah.
I love that.
And so, a fun thing about Lexi is that, on the show, she gives me very much the impression of kind of fashion girl, right? But, she was giving body girl, Natasha Colby, little naked outfits
Sexual.
In person. And I was living for it. Because to me, a lot of her talent, her uniqueness is that she's able to take something that might look pedestrian on someone else and really elevate it.
Yeah.
So she had this little number.
She's so good at styling stuff.
Honestly, yeah.
Yes.
There was I think it was a t-shirt dress that had RuPaul spray painted on it, and it was camp. It was cute. I loved it. And she took it off and was naked, and I'm like, oh, God, and she's so hot. She's so tall. She's so hot. It's crazy. And Suzie was shockingly sexual because at that point when she had performed, we had not really seen her throw puss yet.
Yeah, we hadn't seen this whole this lipstick lesbian fantasy, which I was like, ooh, let's channel the lipstick lesbian fantasy today. I feel like we're both giving that.
Yeah. Yes. But when Suzie was performing, it was giving so lesbian. I was literally like Anitra's in my pussy. It's on fire, man. Get out of here. She was so hot, and she used the same wig that she did in
the same wig.
And I screamed. It was so sexual.
So you got a preview of what we saw in this episode.
While watching the episode, I was like, damn, I recognize her.
Wow.
It's
I've seen
it's the same unit.
Old news. That's the same unit. Yes. Oh my God. Okay, so that was a perfect segue.
It was so great.
Oh my God. Let's do it. Let's get into it. It's that time.
Yes.
We're going to grab a seat and take a sip and get into season 17, episode 15.
Yes.
The Lipsync Lalaparooza. Yay. Oh my God.
Ooh, yeah, cheers, baby.
Cheers. I want to know your first impression of the episode. Did it make you feel your fantasy? What did you think of the episode overall?
So going in, the number one thing I wanted was a Lydia and Kori kiss.
Oh,
again,
yeah.
I wanted to see so I wanted them to face off again, and they did, and it was beautiful. But it was... That particular number was giving main character energy, but...
Oh, my God, yeah. We are Yeah, exactly.
But, so it gave me everything I wanted, and I really also wanted Suzie to win, to be honest. I am definitely Madame Toot's biggest fan, probably, so,
I love that.
Yeah, the fact that she won, I was like, did I expect it? No. Did I want it? Yes.
Ooh. So I love that. And I also love that we have a sincere, Suzie Toot fan because...
Well,
unfortunately, I feel like we've kind of been the Suzie Toot, haters on this channel.
And all of my group chats have been too. I'm the one being digging my heels in.
We are fair and balanced as we try to be here on Sit and Sip.
Yeah.
And so it's great that you're here.
I'm here representing the little guy.
She definitely won most improved. I know that sounds super shady, but
oh my God.
I mean, if you think about what we saw from the last episode, from the Las Vegas, the Las Vegas challenge and all of that to now, the growth.
Wow.
The change.
You're being so congenial right now.
No, it's true. She was number one standout for sure. Now, I will say Suzie won for me most improved of the episode of the season for sure. But the final lip sync I feel is a little bit more controversial. And maybe there's a little bit more to talk about than just that.
Yeah. Depends what side of the internet you're on.
It really depends. Yeah, there is some controversy. The overall lip sync format, I think, was really cool. I liked the twist.
I liked the being able to choose whether you got your opponent or your song.
Yeah,
it made things so strategic.
It did. It made it very strategic. And I mean,
poor Kori Toot. She didn't get to pick nothing.
I know. But I mean, yeah. Overall, I think how the girls made their choices really did matter.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah,
it made riveting television. I love Suzie getting mad at her song getting picked, the Liza with a Z getting picked in the beginning.
Yes,
Suzie won that lip sync. She sat in the back and won.
Okay, no, I love that because let's get right into the lip sync.
Yeah,
the very, very first lip sync. So Hormona Lisa, she gets to go first.
Correct.
I think that she made a great choice of picking the song.
I think you're right.
If you were going to be in this lip sync and you had these choices in front of you, what would you do? Would you pick the song or would you pick the opponent?
Well, I'm not Hormona Lisa, so that was a strategic move for her. And I also think she kind of knows that there's a lot of really strong lip syncers in the pack. Yeah. And she being the first one to pick, it's girl, you got to look at your odds.
Yeah. So did you think she made the right choice?
I think she did because I think a lot of girls would have picked a song she wouldn't have done as good with.
Yeah. Definitely. If there were two queens that I thought would do that Liza song the best.
Yeah.
It was Hormona and Suzie. Hormona and Lisa.
Lisa Toot.
But unfortunately, Suzie did not get to go up against Hormona Lisa. And
much to her dismay.
Much to her dismay. But instead it was Lydia. It was Miss Butthole that got to go up first.
With her little wizard outfit. It was so cute.
I loved the wizard outfit.
Yeah.
I wanted it. I immediately wanted that hat.
I wanted her to tell me a riddle.
Not a riddle. What did you think about this lip sync overall?
So, Lydia, honey, you did a great job.
Yeah,
Hormona did a very good job, except, she had so much more planned. And kind of just, she was reveal.
She had, reveal diarrhea.
Yeah.
She could not control them. They just kept coming out.
Yeah, I'm why'd you plan all these tricks just to get rid of them in the first 20 seconds?
I know. It was, I
just didn't get it.
Yeah. It's clearly you know the song.
You picked it.
Yeah. It was unfortunate.
It wasn't like a Rita her. I was like, what's going on in your brain, baby?
I know. Yeah.
Slow down.
I know. So, I mean, very much so Lydia won, which I think was...
I think it was deserved. I think it was the right choice.
Yeah,
when she did the hat thing? Or was that during the second review?
No. That was in the first one. Okay, she just timed it well.
Yeah, it was
impactful. Yeah, she was giving you like conehead, spiky conehead.
Yeah, I kept saying she looked like a thumb, but
no, kind of too. Oh, from that like Spy Kids movie. Oh my god,
people.
Yeah, the thumb people. Oh my god. So next up, we get to see Miss Joella.
Ooh, Ella.
You know, it was really good to see Joella again. It was fun to see her.
Oh, yeah. She makes great TV.
She really does.
I love a Delulu queen.
I was going to say, I love that she came in just fully still in the Ella fantasy.
Yeah, love that.
She did not miss a beat with being like, this is...
like, I'm Batgirl.
Yeah, like, this is my workroom.
Miss this.
I'm the only confessional. I loved her.
I don't know. I think Kori might be my confessional queen so far. But Joella's just so, like, as a girl who loves to just hype my own shit. Love that. Love the unwavering confidence.
So they get to do training season.
Which was so good.
And she's up against Suzie. Ooh. Which I think Suzie picked Joella?
Correct. Which was a gag.
That is a gag. That's right. And I think Suzie was her strategy with that was that she didn't think Joella was going to do well. I mean, she pretty much said that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Joella picked training season, which isn't, typically in Suzie's wheelhouse.
But I think she underestimated Suzie's wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah.
I think she didn't know the lesbian underneath the big top, you know?
Seriously. And this is where literally, like, most improved, I guess, comes into play because clearly Suzie watched the season and is like, you know what? Maybe I don't need to be stuck back in time. Oh my God, the glow up. She was giving you just the raw sexual lesbian energy.
Yeah. She was a sexy little clown.
Literally.
Sexy little clown.
And she did a really good job, like, of all the reveals and everything like that.
Yeah, timing it.
Hers was like the most effective because she showed up kind of giving you classic too, like a cute elevated. I'm like, okay, she's giving you like Canada's Drag Race, Eve 6000 a little bit with that tent thing, but like in a cute fashion way. I'm like, all right. But when she revealed to
that little fringe number,
the fringe moment, and then gave you that cherry bomb sex hair.
Oh my God, when that hair showed up, I literally was like, that's the same hair.
Okay, and also...
that was the hair, by the way, yeah.
Like we said, talk about a perfectly timed reveal.
Yeah.
When she pulled that wig off, and then it was that part in the song where all you could do in that song, part of the song was toss your wig. Like, that's what that part of the song was made for.
Hairography.
It was made for that.
Yeah.
And it was just like, not to completely discount Joella.
No,
she
Joella
did great.
Up until I think the moment that Suzie did her reveal, it was neck and neck.
Definitely.
So
Joella came in with energy.
She really did. She really did. Joella knew the song like very well.
Yeah. But I mean, it was very, very well deserved. Suzie proceeds to the next round. Yeah.
Okay.
It was very exciting for you.
I enjoyed it.
All right. So next we get Lucky.
Oh yeah,
Lucky Starzzz.
Was so excited to see Lucky again. One, because of this like Mickey Mouse basketball thing.
Oh, I loved it.
I was going feral for it in the wardrobe.
Seriously. It was really God, so chef's creepy. Kiss, incredible. Yeah, I think this was a terrific episode for Lucky Starzzz and like very much
really
a
good
redemption.
Yeah.
Yes, very much a redemption. And Lucky picks the Whitney Houston song Step by Step. But I mean, it's the good, like, the club club remix version of it. Good. Or I don't even know if it was the remix version, but it was meant to dance to. Now, in Bruno, in his beautiful gold little peonies.
Yeah, Bruno, he juggled his balls.
He juggled those balls and picked Miss Acacia Forgot. And,
forgot.
Okay, y'all, because Andy, you joined us for the live watch along.
Yeah, we were on the live stream,
Yes, with the members, and yes, it was so fun. Hi, members, shout out. Oh, yes. So my first impressions of this lip sync overall was, is like Lucky. I will get to Lucky because like Lucky was like so impressive in so many ways. But I have to really quick give props and flowers and snaps and all of that to Acacia Forgot because
I forgot why.
So sorry. I actually really, she was another one where she was like listening, I think, to the feedback and like people's critiques and like what people are saying because she gave you sexy bodysuit. She gave you long hair.
She had that human unit. It was cute.
It was so cute. And I thought she actually did a really good job of just like doing something different. And
I loved her little like dip, like, nope moment.
Yes.
That was very fun.
She had really good moments. Yeah. So like.
However, again, the reveal, ma'am. What'd you do? You like? I think one of the girls in the confessional even was like, I think it actually was Lucky who was like, she just came back and she had a new fit on. Nobody screamed. There was no moment. There was no living. She didn't time it. She just went and took it off.
And she went into the back, like way in the back,
like
and
why'd you
secretly took it off?
Yeah, why'd you pick the first outfit to begin with? You know,
I know, which was I don't know.
It just it really felt like girls were in a rush to just get naked, and I'm like, cute. Why present naked?
It felt like a panic, like, oh god, like let me take this off. Like I don't know, but definitely the girls that time the reveals,
it paid off.
It paid off.
It really did.
And it just showed their overall like general control that they had over their songs. Because I think like that is ultimately the sign of like a great lip syncer is somebody that really maintains and holds the control over the song and it doesn't let it like get the best of them.
Yeah. And it reminds me of, we used to do, what was the show that you did with See You Next Tuesday where we just...
Roulette.
Roulette, okay. So if you are a drag performer who is seasoned, you have done roulette at some point. Yes, and that will test your ability to kind of improv because you don't know what song you're getting. You've just got an outfit. You kind of roulette it. You just...
And you could get a song that you don't like even really know the words to. Yeah. Trust.
You get Work Me Down and you're tired.
Lucky Stars.
Lucky Stars.
She was able to dribble those basketball boobies to success with great success.
Yes, it was great.
And honestly, this was so fun. I think like she was able to capture the energy of this song amazingly. Just her energy and just all of like, I don't know, just she was just doing stuff only she could do, truly.
Yes, truly.
Yeah.
And Acacia, she really redeemed herself, I think, but I think Lucky was the clear winner. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. This was a very, very clear one.
Yeah.
Wow. So the next lip sync that we have up is Arrietty versus Kori. Yeah. But before we talk about the lip sync.
Yeah. We should talk about the beginning of the episode.
We should, because that was definitely a notable part, was Arrietty does approach Anya and says, hey, sister, can we talk?
Yeah.
Thoughts, feelings, opinions?
It was very big of her, especially since she was just on Instagram Live, like, a month ago, kind of being, like, digging her heels in a bit. So I was very much like, this is kind of why I wanted, like, a reunion episode at first, because I wanted to see the drama between those two. Because it seemed like it was still ongoing. But from the way it looks like they've buried the hatchet at this point. And Anya was very big of her, the way she received it, too.
Yeah, for sure. I'm assuming that they would have made up before they even got here, but it's good to hope so. I would hope so. But it is good to address it on camera just so we as like the fans can see that it's at least been addressed and they've talked about it. Yeah, I think overall, Anya, she's definitely like that professional girl. Plus, Anya's had her
own gates.
Yeah, her own gates with the tarps and things like that. Spray paint
gate.
Yeah, exactly. So
she gets it.
We've seen a lot of growth arcs overall in this season, which has been really good. So I was really glad to see them actually, talk about it and address the situation.
Agreed.
Yeah. So Arrietty picks the song and she picks Below Me, One Last Kiss by Pink. And then, she gets to go up against Miss Kori Toot King.
Which I loved. I really thought Kori was giving, like, Pink realness.
Yes.
However, Arrietty wow, girl, like,
talk about like going from like 0 to 100 and being able to actually maintain like the ferocity throughout the lip sync. This was a very tight lip sync.
It was, I didn't know who was going to win, to be honest, but.
Do you agree with the winner that Miss Kori King won?
Yeah, I think Kori won. I think it was very close and it could have been argued either way, because it's whenever you like choose to go high energy and keep it that note the whole time, that's a choice, and not everyone likes that. Ru is typically someone who doesn't like that. Ru likes a slow build, so I sometimes like a full energy from the get-go, but depends on the song, you know, but it was a choice, and she committed to it, and she really turned it out.
I know.
And I think it was great. I do agree though, because Kori King, love her.
They make it to the very final two. Yeah. Very well deserved, because I think also Kori had a fantastic redemption in her own way on this episode. You know, because the kind of the storyline, besides for the, you know, King Butthole, or Butt King, romance, unfortunately, kind of like before this, Kori's legacy or so far on Drag Race was like kind of that she had underperformed people's expectations. So I love that she was like a very clear standout.
Yeah. I will say, it was, to me, the workroom when they were all like shocked by the Arrietty loss. I was like, I get the argument, but like
Jules was gagged.
Jules was so gagged. Jules was literally sitting like looking the opposite direction, like girl. Did they have any kind of moment? I don't think they did.
Not that we saw, which, you know, we heard from Jules, like, now she went from family to neighbor, or friend to neighbor.
Yeah. Sister to neighbor,
Sister to neighbor, that's right. So,
downgrade.
Yeah.
So, I was gagged.
Yeah, I was gagged as well, but no, you're right. We didn't see any sort of acknowledgement. We didn't even see them talk.
Nope, they didn't acknowledge each other, I think, the whole episode.
Yeah.
If we're wrong on that and you got a screen grab of it, let me know.
Yeah, or if some conversation did happen in Untucked, because I actually didn't watch Untucked either.
I know, we haven't watched Untucked.
Okay, so the last lip sync of like the first round is then Lana versus Crystal Envy.
Cute.
And Lana picks the song, and she picks Sylvester. You make me feel.
Yeah, I was a little shook by that choice. I did not think she was going to go for that, because, I don't know, to me she seems like more... I thought she was going to pick, like, Charlie XCX.
I think it was a great choice.
It was a great choice.
I think it was very strategic.
Yeah.
And it definitely paid off.
Yeah. I think she chose that song knowing that it was one that Crystal might not know as well.
Right. Yeah, because for me, this was the clearest lip sync of who was the winner. Yeah. It was Lana, hands down.
Yeah.
Crystal gave it, you know, her best, and she
did serve. She's a great lip syncer.
Yeah, she's a great lip syncer. She was trying to, you know, slam her pussy into the ground. She was giving you forward rolls, you know, so many things. But Lana's energy just overall, like, better embodied the song.
Yeah. Plus, her reveals, again, nicely timed. She didn't just rip it all off real quick.
And Lana literally had one of my favorite outfits of the entire episode.
She looked good.
She looked amazing.
She looked expensive.
Yeah. But, I mean, you know, they did have some good moments overall. Like, it was a fine lip sync. But, I don't know, if I was going to be giving the girls dollars... Lana, to me, she was giving you, like, I've done this song many times. Yeah. And Crystal was giving, I'm doing this in a roulette. Yeah. And I don't really know what to do, so I'm just going to do the most.
It's giving desperation a little bit. Hey, I would also be desperate. You know, I'm like, girl, there's money on the line. I'm going to throw my pussy on the ground as fast as I can.
I know.
And she did. God, I hope she's not bruised.
I know, right? Everybody put your kitties on ice. So now it is the start of the second round. And Lucky gets to go first. And she's up against Suzie Toot, which is kind of a gag.
Yeah.
Kind of a gag.
Definitely a toot.
Yeah. And they do Rihanna. We Found Love, right?
Yes. And it was a great, I think... pick on Lucky's part. I don't know. I didn't expect Lucky, like, because they did the basketball gag in the first, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, this was another example, in my opinion, of just a reveal or whatever, a flash done too early.
Oh, yeah, when she really, like, pulled her titties out real early.
Right away.
I was like, oh.
Yeah. I know. It was unfortunately,
wait for the Calvin Harris part. We're like,
I know. Then, like, really go for it. You know.
Yeah.
So, as much as I didn't know what to expect, like, I'm going to just be honest. I did not expect Suzie to be able to hold her own once again as well as she did.
She did.
And this was also a very clear one to me that Suzie
I thought it was very clear as well. Yeah.
So.
And when she did that and she did the stanky leg, and everyone's
like, what? Like, oh my God, a Kori King.
She's just like, okay, ma'am.
Okay. Like, who taught Suzie that?
And Susie's like, I'm a Florida girl. I get down.
That was crazy. I'm telling you, hip, fresh. Within the last 10 years, Suzie Toot has arrived. Yeah. Yes, so Suzie is officially now in the finals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she felt all of her oats in that moment, felt like the world was aligning in the ways that it should.
Right. I mean, and seriously, once again, this is why I'm like, no shade about the most improved, because, like, was not expecting anything that we saw out of Suzie in this episode, and I was not expecting to see her in the final two. But, like, so glad because I know, like, last week, the people that were upset about Suzie not making it were like, they've made a huge mistake. Like, honestly, it's been a while since I've seen a reaction like so
visceral.
Passionate. Yes, and visceral.
Well, she broke a record on the episode she was eliminated in.
Yeah.
For not whatever.
Then we have a nice three-way situation, a menage a trois situation happening between Butt King. between
Butt
Lydia.
King v. Lana.
Yes, exactly. Between Lydia, Kori, and then Lana.
Yeah, Lana's like, I'm just here.
How did you feel about this menage a trois? How was this three-way for you?
Well, first, Lydia gave me a heart attack with them freaking scissors.
Oh,
Miss Ma'am.
She faked you out.
That was away.
I know. I was feeling that.
Away.
I was feeling that a little too. I was like, no, not the scissors.
Well, yeah, afterwards I thought she was going to make some sort of lesbian joke with it being like scissors, but then she didn't. And I'm like, oh, well, opportunity lost. But hey.
Right.
That's her gag no, so go for it, girl.
Oh my gosh. I am ready to forget those scissors. So I'm glad they went away quickly. I'm glad no dresses were harmed. Or legs or anything harmed in the making of this lip sync. So for me with this lip sync, it was very much giving Kori King was Beyonce. Yeah. And Alana and Lydia were the backup dancers, and nothing was more apparent of that than at the very end. When Kori was like, bam, and then they were both like, bam, and I'm like, choreography? Like,
I was like, okay, girl, you look like a K-pop group. Like,
right. I'm like, wait. I'm like, so y'all just know that Kori was the main girl.
She was that girl. She was like, I am it.
Yes. And what was this to 360?
Yeah.
This is to your boo.
Yeah, I love Charlie XCX.
Okay, but I will say the one song, current, fresh song that I do know about, because, like, I do love Blackpink, and then, you know, Rose from Blackpink. Yeah. So we're getting to the final lip sync here.
Oh my God. One, what a great transition. But two, wow, when that song was announced, I was like, they're going to have Bruno Mars? Like, who's going to do the Bruno part? And then they didn't have it.
No.
It would have been me. What if they had Bruno, jump off stage and start shaking his butt?
Oh my God, Bruno could have.
Bruno,
I mean, it was right there.
Yeah.
Bruno was literally... Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno.
Now, okay, let's talk about it. This lip sync between Suzie and Kori.
Oh my God. This mother and daughter.
Right, Suzie Toot and Kori Toot. It's like,
which, okay, we also, like, when we were watching it live, we did not know if they were going to have a moment where they could go back and change. And we were, like, taking bets on whether Kori was going to go back and be Kori Toot when she came out. I was absolutely waiting for it.
I really wanted that to happen.
I wanted it so bad.
I was a little bummed that there was no changing, and it was just like straight on through.
Which, whatever, but did they? I can't remember if they did that last time or not. I think they did.
I feel like they typically get to change at the very, very end, but I don't know. Maybe that's an All-Stars thing or something.
Maybe,
But, all right, this is controversial. The internet is split. It's divided, you know, so...
And honestly, on both sides are lesbians.
Both sides are lesbians.
Because I'm like, you're either like a butt king lesbian or you're a Suzie Toot lesbian.
I was going to say, it was like the battle of lesbians. We have hot new lesbian and then like lesbian mom.
Yeah. Honestly, yeah. You've got like your old guard who listened to who watched the L Word, and then you've got like the Claro gays.
Yes. All right. So,
So which one are you? Are you a Claro gay or are you an L Word gay?
I think you and I are going to have differing opinions on this. Do you think that the correct choices were made for the winner of this lip sync and the winner of?
Oh yes,
she already had herses.
Yeah. I think Miss Toot. I don't know. I think Kori won. Yeah.
Say it into the mic. You said what?
Kori King was the winner.
Kori King.
Suzie Toot really served, but
Suzie Toot did amazing, and like I'm so happy for her, and I think like
I'm so glad she didn't tap dance.
Honestly,
do the Morse code again.
I would have. If I would have had it laying around, I would have paid her $50,000 and not to never tap dance. I'm just kidding. So like, she deserves the $50,000. But no, I also like, I was legitimately like a little bummed out because I'm like, I just thought I saw Kori King win the lip sync.
I thought so too. Yeah, when she revealed those titties and they were just when there was no pasties on those.
Okay, literally, I'm like, that's probably why she didn't win. It's probably if she would have had,
was like that was an accident.
Maybe, or just like the lack of attention to detail or something. Like, you're showing your nipples on MTV, and now we have to pay extra for this.
Yeah.
So that we're taking that $50,000 out of
minus
you
$100
to pay to the FCC. But okay, so then we agree.
Yeah. That I wanted Suzie to win so like in my heart so bad, but I also was like not gonna be mad at Kori won because like that bodysuit. Cute, love it. But I was gagged. Kori really embodied it. She really did a great job. And while Suzie was obviously feeling every moment and feeling her oats, I also think that like she maybe relied on the garment a little much. You know, she did the floaty things a lot.
We got a lot of car wash. You know, like the thing in there. I'm curious at what the lovely YouTube people think. Do y'all think?
What you think, America?
Who won the last lip sync? We need to hear from you. Put it down in the comments below, please. But you know, I'm super happy for Suzie. Suzie, of course, was the winner, and she won $50,000.
And she brought the crown,
sponsored by the Simpsons fish. And did she win a crown too?
Well, she brought the reigning title, whatever, back down to Florida. So, because last year it was the Miami girl. Oh my God, Morphine.
Yeah. You're so right.
And Morphine killed it last year. I remember.
Oh my God, she really did. Oh my God, yes. All right, Andy. So this is my favorite part of the episode.
Yes.
We are going to talk about our sip of the week and our spit of the week. So who is your sip of the week this week?
This one was hard because I was feeling it very good, very hard, very long for my girl Suzie Toot. But why am I like this? But I was extremely pleasantly surprised by Kori King. And I loved that little like bodysuit so much. I don't know why, but it was so cute. My sip of the week is Miss Kori King.
Yay! Ooh, sipping the Kori King.
Sippy, sippy. Yes. Oh my God, I didn't drink any water.
Oh my God, take some drinks. Stay hydrated. The point of the show is we're staying hydrated while we talk about these things. She was my spit so many times this season that, I have to give it to my most improved girl. I have to give it to Suzie because I was hot for the toot. I was finally hot for the toot. She defied my expectations. She brought home a big paycheck. You know, maybe we can go out to dinner.
Hot patootie, bless your soul.
She honestly did amazing. And there was not a tap dancing or a 1920s to be found. And I appreciated that.
She took all the critiques and
she
judged it up.
I love it. So I got to sip the toot. Sipping the toot. Ooh. All right. So that was a very happy note. But we do need to know, who is your spit of the week this week?
Ooh, okay. It breaks my heart to say this, but I really feel like it was Hormona Lisa.
Yeah.
I really thought it's sad because I kind of was tied. I wanted her to really have a redemption moment. But she threw like 3 reveals, like not just one, it was like a wig and a coat and like a thingy.
And a comb.
And like a lot of reveals in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that baffles me.
Yeah. My spit is also Hormona Lisa. Yeah, it was pretty clear cut. Yeah. She was the only one where I was like, I'm disappointed. I actually probably would have really liked everything if it was just more well timed. Yeah. And I just wanted to see her do better, go farther. I know. I wanted Hormona to have her moment at least where she felt like, even if she didn't win, to like put up a fight, but I feel like she threw in the towel real quick. I know. But overall, it was good to see her. Yeah. So, Hormona Lisa, love you, girl. Love you, but chewy. I'll give you a little bit of a sip still. There you go. So, Andy, what is your at the end of the day? You're the more you know. This episode was dominant. This episode was by and for the lesbos. Like, literally. Kori King's bodysuit. Suzie Toot supremacy. Like, all of, like, just the Butt King face off again. I'm happy. I'm so happy. Yeah. They were like, they saw what happened with Dawn in a mandatory meeting, and they were like, we want to redo that again. Yeah. I love it. Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't know, sex sells. And the girls said, I'm going to be sexy, and I enjoyed it. And I really enjoyed this episode overall. I loved it. It was just so fun. I was a little underwhelmed when I found out it was going to be a Lipsync Lalaparooza because I love a reunion, especially with the drama. Yeah. However, I'm content. Good. I'm so glad. Yeah. And we hope that you are all content out there. Yeah. It was so much fun having you. It was so much fun here. You'll have to come back again and join us for All Stars 10. Oh my God. So much. Yes. I can't wait. Yes. All right, everybody. Drop down below your sips, your spits, any of your final thoughts. We want to hear from you. It will be the season finale. Oh my God. I'm so excited. Next week. Yes, and let us know who you are rooting for, what team you are. Who's your team? Don't forget to support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. We will see you next Monday for another Sit and Sip. Oh, and it's going to be our final, like us closing out the season for the first time as a channel. So it's like a very, very big deal. So everybody come ready. We'll see you next time and take care, divas. Bye. Bye.